Initially, I want to tell you about the myself. My name is Zarina. It might come as Finding You because that's the name of the company. Many of you know me. So, but again, I'm just giving you an intro. I am a HR professional turned healer turned entrepreneur, lot of other things. But currently, what I do is that I help people, right, get their life under control. Like, I don't want to put a name to which modality that I use. The many modalities that I use with respect to NLP, regression therapy, energy work, a lot of things are there. But I just want to say that the jinx of it, the key to it is that I help you guys regain the control of your own life in case you have lost it, in case you have forgotten about it, right? Wherever you have, you know, lowered yourself to be accepted or any which way you feel lost in life, I give you clarity. That's all. And I wouldn't like to call myself a coach or anything, because coach is somebody who helps you through a journey, through a process. I just, I only offer one to one, maybe once or twice. Ideally, the session what we are doing now, it should help you. uh, this should be the only thing that you need in life, I would say. Whatever you need, if at all you are ready for the inner work, ready to see a better reality for yourself, this call will provide you whatever you need. In case you need support, I'm there, but I don't think you would need any support after this, right? And the session flow that's going to happen would be, one, I'll be giving you a little intro on the subject or the topic that we are going to be discussing about, and we'll be doing a little bit of drilling down. So as and when I'm talking, there might be something that is bottling up for you, right? Few incidents or few things, or maybe something that you want to discuss with me. Please note it down. In case you want to chat, that's also fine. You can do a private or a public chat. But note it down. We will either discuss this towards the end of the session, because as I said, we are building up the energy for the last session, the second half of the session. So, in case we don't get time to discuss it, I'll share my number. I can give you a 30-minute call to discuss any queries with respect to the call that you had. Okay? I'll give the number towards the end. But yeah, I want you to focus right now. So, initial first half, we'll be discussing about the topic and couple of things, what we can improvise. And the second half would be on the release. That will happen in different modalities, but that will be something where you should be as relaxed as possible. You might doze off as well. Try not to lie down if possible, so that you don't doze off. You can do the meditation or the session that we are doing post that while you're sitting. Okay? So, today's topic is feminine energy reset. So, majorly, I do understand. I know they had many people coming up and telling me that, oh, why only for women? Because I think it's different, right? I can't be talking the same thing with a man, because feminine energy, as I said, it's something that I want to be focusing on, and particularly with women, the balance, I would say. I said balance because we need both. We need both feminine and masculine energy within us. And I think right now, okay, one of the things that I got called to do this session is primarily because of the paranoia that is going on with respect to the movies that are coming up, like Obsession and, Ma Behen and all, wherein women are looking at those, scrolling through the reels. Even I got a panic attack for a few minutes. Right? I've done so much of inner work, and like, even I got a little upset. So I just want to tell you a couple of things with respect to these movies and the paranoia around uh, female, like, energy, right? And the way forward, what we are going to do. So first and foremost, I want to address, I know, the paranoia, the obsession. It's a little scary. I know. Been there, done that. Everybody, I know it was a horror movie, but I know in the theater, most of the women were like, you know, you don't know. It's like somewhere we have been there. So, this is what happens. I just want to make sure that it doesn't happen to anybody. This is my primary agenda. I just want to make sure this doesn't happen with anybody, because I want you guys to have a strong control over your energy, your body, your aura, right? So that anything that is trying to infiltrate your space, you know how to, deviate or deflect it, right? Because your body, your mind should only have your thoughts. It shouldn't have any projections of any other people. So why does that happen? So, what I understood, I'll just tell you this brief and then get on to the topic. It's because one of the thing is that whenever we have a wound with respect to when we don't like ourselves, or maybe, we go into a space of, we feel that, safety is with another person. Being alone means unsafe, right? I don't like myself. I rather be with somebody who can protect me, who can be with me, who loves me, because I don't love myself, right? So we kind of project it onto somebody, and sometimes we go so deep. That's one of the toxic traits of femininity, female energy, is that we overgive, overnourish, overnourish, right? So when we go into that, full pedal, like we full throttle mode, we can kind of look like a little bit Nikki version. So that's all right. I am not here to judge, and I'm just telling you, been there, done that, don't even worry about it, right? So, but if you can have a better reality of yourself, so this is something that usually happens, by the way. The feeling, the attraction that you feel towards somebody, right, could be could be also a projection. So if you don't have a, so I'll be teaching you how to, make sure your aura is sealed, and, you cleanse your aura and all. I'll teach you all that towards the end. But if your aura is not sealed, or if your aura has leaks, and, your energy is leaking because you want to be loved, you want validation, you want somebody to, keep saying nice thing to you, your aura is already leaking, right? When your aura is leaking, what happens is that people, right? It could be anyone as random as somebody you saw on the street. They can project their energy, their thought process. So telepathy works. I hope everybody believes that telepathy works, right? How do animals communicate? One of the things that I'm also into animal communication, and one of the things that I've seen is that, oh my goodness, they speak. And same with friends too, I guess. Yeah, same to friends. Yeah, so I'm just saying connections. I'll just say connections right now, right? I'll not go into romantic side, but any connection that you overly depend on for your survival, where you feel like, I can't live without you. Oh, I need this friendship. I need this person around me all the time. All these things are leaks, right? And so as telepathic communication works, right, with animals, around animals, and even with people as well. So if you're conscious enough, you'll understand. This I used to do with my spiritual friend. She and I used to, do this telepathic thing wherein, telling you less than 20 minutes all the time, she calls me. Like, we might not have contacted for a long time, but the moment we give a message, we get it. So I'm just telling you, this truly works. You just have to be a little conscious about yourself, right? That's the only thing. The only agenda is just be aware, conscious of your body, of your sensation, what you're feeling. That's all the basic requirement for telepathy communication is. And other people's thoughts, projections, anxiety can also come into you, right? If somebody is, let's say, okay, I'll put a very strong word over here. Let's say somebody is projecting their, romantic feelings towards you, or let's say lusting over you, right? It can come across as you having obsessive sexual thoughts about them. Yeah. So you need to know what is your thoughts and what are their thoughts. So I think right now I'm in a position wherein I can differentiate. I think a couple of people in my group have given me beautiful instances where they knew that this energy is not mine, this thought is not mine, and they knew how to deflect it. Right? That is very, very important for our sanity. Right? So that is something that I want to focus on, and I want to make sure that this is the takeaway that's going to have. Right? You're going to be in your own energy, safe, and also know what is not yours. Right? That clarity we'll be getting it. So coming back to the topic and off from obsession, if you have any questions, we can talk later on. But coming back to the topic, masculine and feminine energy. So, first and foremost, well, let's talk about females. We should have a healthy ratio of 60 to 70 percentage of feminine energy and 30 to 40 percentage of masculine energy. This is the perfect balance. Anywhere we go a little bit overboard with respect to the feminine or the masculine, we create an imbalance. And by the way, masculine and feminine is like a seesaw. Like, let's say, like in a relationship, maybe in the house, you must have seen. Just look, imagine a couple situation wherein, the it's like a dynamics. Maybe, maybe both of them were balanced initially, and the women goes into a little bit of a toxic masculine side. You will see the man will automatically go into his feminine side. So in the house, there has to be a balance. Like in a relationship, there has to be a balance when two people are together. So it is always a seesaw. If a girl goes overboard in the masculine energy, the man automatically shifts into the feminine energy. And a feminine man is not attractive. It's not. It's very yeah. So right now, what happens is that uh, so this is the energy that can be shifted with masculine and feminine. I personally feel, right, with the number of sessions that I have done with both genders, I feel women has the more capacity to shift, right? And they have the capacity to shift at a large scale if they can take their own power. Unfortunately, men will take a little bit more time because they are more conditioned with respect to, being a certain version that is required by the society, even women for that matter as well. But what I'm saying is that feminine energy is different because we have a womb, right? We are the creation, we create things from nothing, like, so we have a different level of connection and the energy within us, which we don't know. And we think men are more powerful than us. No, no, never. That never happens. So, men, if at all you can come up in your feminine energy and be more confident in it, I'm telling you, they will worship the flow you walk on. Any man for that matter, right? You'll be like, what's happening, right? Literally, a feminine energy, a person who is confident. I'm not talking about the projection or acting confident and acting a little arrogant. No, no, no. I'm talking about the real confidence that comes along with compassion as well, and caring and love and also boundaries. Right? It's a perfect and a very delicate balance. If you can keep that balance, no, girl, you're done. Whatever you want, the universe gives it to you first. So you will be like, dude, the universe is giving me a better version. Why do I even want to listen to you? Right? So yeah, any man would be competing with the universe, right? Because you will get multifold of whatever you want if you can step into that power, right? So that is what we are going to be doing. So one of the thing is that, so I'll talk about the masculine energy first. So masculine energy, if at all you guys are in this energy, I want to note it down, right? Masculine energy would be like discipline, boundaries, protection, logic, action, and also structure. They are the ones who bring structure. So direction, boundaries, protection, and logic, This is all masculine energy. In case you are stuck in any of these energies, let me know. It can also come across as so it can also come across as something wherein you are more in your let's say, just hold on. No, I have not by hearted anything. This is, by the way, I have written a book called Finding You. It'll be coming in soon, but there is a chapter on masculine and feminine balance. So I'm just explaining a little bit more in depth from that chapter. So if you want that chapter after the session, you let me know, I'll share it. There's a quiz also towards the end. So masculine is also about independence, and goal oriented, strength and all, assertiveness. But women are more into the receptivity, intuition, emotional depth, and creativity, flow, and also connection to your body. That's something I think many of us after some time, um, Especially in case you have gone through any kind of trauma, you will have a habit of disassociating from your body. That is something like, wherein some situation, let's say an argument happens, let's say any kind of situation where it's a high voltage energy that is going on, you might disassociate. Even this also happens a lot. Yeah, this also happens. If you had any sexual abuse, it can also happen in that way, wherein you disassociate completely, and it might come across as you're in the room but you're not there, you're watching it, like you just jumped out of your body. Like if you have gone through any kind of physical abuse or a touch which was not something that you liked, right? I had an experience like that when I was like 5-6 years old. I held on to it for a long time. I think 4 years back, yeah, 2002 is when I released it, and I'm telling you, so much of guilt and shame went away, and it's not even mine to carry, right? At 5-6 years of age, what would you know, right? But imagine carrying a guilt like that for so many years. I think I carried for 30 years, and I think I used to disassociate, particularly any kind of intimacy. I used to be like checked out completely. Like I'm performing, I'm doing a lot, but then you might think I'm there, but I'm not there, right? So I think consciously being in the body and consciously even touching yourself also, right? It's very important, and that's something that we'll discuss on another way. But I'm just telling you. So masculine and feminine energy are these two, okay? And it can come across. So I'll talk about certain things and what is a toxic masculine and the toxic feminine trait of it. Okay, first one, leadership. Okay, and leadership can come as, this is a little dominating, controlling. If you are in the toxic masculine, let's say in your workspace you come across as more controlling, more dominating in the workspace, that means you are in your toxic masculine energy. Okay, same skill, same expression, but if it comes to the feminine toxicity or the overboard, would be manipulative and kind of passive, overly passive. Like you give like sarcastic comments, and you want to tell them, but you'll tell them very passively, and taunt them and all those things. Yeah. Manipulative, feminine. So if you have that, anything that you have, this is a self-reflection class. Whatever your notes are, it's for you. If you want to discuss with me, we can. But as I said, it's all a reflection. Protective. Expression is protective. It can come across as aggression or overpowering in men, in masculine energy. In case you have that more in you, aggression, overpowering. Toxic would be, feminine would be overprotective and, like over smothering and all. Next would be confidence. It can come across as arrogance if it's masculine toxic, and lack of empathy. You are confident, but you have arrogance and lack of empathy for others. And the same expression in a toxic feminine would be overly needy and lacks boundaries. Independence. So if it is a toxic masculine, it will be emotionally unavailable. Like I'm so independent, I don't need anybody. Checked out emotionally, right? If it is toxic feminine, it will be codependency and people pleasing, because you're scared of it. Logical thinking would come in the masculine energy as cold and detached. You're logical when you're cold and detached. You will see a lot of men who are in that energy. Cold and detached, very logical. And the feminine would be overly emotional and lack stability. The emotions are all over the place, right? If you don't have that expression healthily expressed. Discipline, I think the toxic trait of masculine energy would be more rigid and workaholic, right? And same in the toxic femininity is expressed as overly spontaneous, no direction, right? I think we see a lot of that right now, wherein go with the flow and enjoying the life as it is and no direction. It's good for a while to let your feminine energy go a little overboard for some time. If you have been in too much of toxic masculinity, I've done that in between. But I'm just saying there should be a little bit of a balance for you to have clarity on what you're doing, right? And I want you to write down these notes and make sure where in your case you have been showing that. And I'll tell you one thing, even if you have a, like, I know I'm talking about a masculine partner or a, you guys have been in a relationship anyhow. I'm not asking anybody's relationship status right now, but you must have been in any relationship or any connection for that matter where they were, like, it could be any man, okay, it could be even a father figure or anybody for that matter, any masculine energy around you would be so and so. So even a highly balanced, partner or a man, right? If they are with a imbalanced partner, there'll be, there'll be a lot of issues, right? They can go a little overboard with respect to their masculinity as well, their balance as well, right? Women, as I said, whatever be it, women holds the ground, right? Women holds the centerpiece energy. Any man coming for my session, the only thing when they say, oh my goodness, I'm going through this, that, I'm like, keep the women in your house happy. That's all. Everything else will follow. But somewhere somebody have told them, keep them worried, keep them anxious, keep them, keep telling them about all these gossip and this and that and whatever is happening, all your work problems, everything should be dumped on the women. And somewhere they are unable to give you the safety for your natural feminine side to come out. Feminine energy can only come out when there is a safe environment. Otherwise, we will be pushed into a masculine energy, right? So, again, it's not a projection where what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying for you to do a reflection, okay? We'll find the balance within ourselves towards the end of the session. But right now, I just want you to reflect over what happened, where happened, and, just jot down some points if you have any, okay? And one of the things that I told you is that it's more on the balancing part, right? Toxic masculine energy, if women are in, they will be very overpowering for the men, especially the balanced men, because they can't be two men in a relationship, right? And you will end up attracting a very feminine man, so that who is more on the feminine side of it. And it might be good initially because maybe you might have come out of a relationship or a connection where you have seen a lot of toxic masculine energy, and this might be something wherein very girlfriendish energy, and oh my goodness, I can bond, I can talk and all. But I've seen a lot of women right now are having a very feminine partner because they stepped into the masculine energy, and the partner automatically, either they were already in the feminine energy or they had to step into the feminine energy. And it is a very different dynamics, because one, they both lose the attraction towards each other, sadly, right? Because they resent. Women will be resenting, why can't this man be a man, because I have to be the man because he's not stepping up. And what happens with the men is that, okay, I hope there's no men around, there'll be a lot of bashing, ego will be bruised. So men are very confused creatures, whatever be it. I'm so sorry I have to tell you this, because they have never been told to be themselves, okay? They have never been told to express themselves in a healthy way. They have been always told to be something for the society, for people to be happy around. So their throat chakra, all the men for that matter, their throat chakra is completely blocked. They won't speak the truth. And girls, if you can read some energy, I think intuitiveness is something that comes automatically to us, okay? I want you guys to know it's not something that only few people are able to tap into. Everybody can tap into it. And if you can understand a man without him speaking too much, expressing too much, I think that is one way of knowing. Because I kind of refrain from taking too many men clients, because sometimes 99% of the time. It's the fact that, when I speak or I say what is in their energy and the auric field, or what is in the aura and all, they're like, oh my goodness, there is nobody on this entire planet who knows me as much as you do. You know? And then I have another problem to deal with. So, no, 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 no. So, only if they are ready to do the inner work, they are ready to, and as I said, I have a 3 session thumb rule. I don't take more than 3 sessions. And the third one is the SOS one. But because I think for me, it is more about empowering you to take decisions in your life, not the fact that I am going to do that for you, right? If you are not able to get this within the call, you can connect with me if you want. The 30-minute call is there. And then if you want, you can have 3 more sessions with me. Even after that, you are not able to take decisions or get clarity in your own life. Maybe I'm not working for you. Maybe there might be somebody else who can help you better, right? Because I don't want you guys to depend on anybody for taking decisions or having clarity and confidence in life, right? That should come in from within you. Okay, that is one. So men are confused. So particularly the fact that, because they have never been told to express themselves, right? It is very hard for them to show their vulnerability. There are men who do that, but they are more in their feminine energy, but in a healthy way, right? I think the combination that I see is that right now there are emotionally available men, but they are also avoidant. Yeah, that is the combination that they are, because emotionally available men, that is their nature altogether. But because they have been emotionally available and they have been catering, they have been, gone through a lot of dynamics within the family, within their mother figure, within any kind of connections. They have been shamed for that. They are scared of intimacy, they're scared of deep connection, deep conversation. So they'll come, have an amazing connection with you, bond with you, everything would be like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. I don't want to talk to anybody else apart from this person. Is the vibe they will give off in the initial phase. And then they'll ghost you. And then they'll be like, they're like gone. I want you to feel empathy and don't take it a projection, because an anxious person who fears that people always leave them, want to cling on to all the energies, the problem with them is that they will take this as rejection, as a projection onto themselves. But you need to understand, avoidant man has been hurt so much. It's like a very hurt 5-year-old boy, right? If somebody is showing them love, what they will feel like, they'll feel like somebody standing there with a knife. Yeah. That is the image that they get. So they're scared of intimacy because they're scared they'll get hurt and they don't want to feel that emotion again. So they'll have like little bit of connection, little bit of affection, little bit of love and whatever. And then they have to go and hibernate for some time to regulate the nervous system, right? Because deep connections are very overwhelming and scary for them. The capacity so it is like, so this is the dynamics I think everybody have gone through, is the fact that an avoidant man comes and you are, like we go into that anxious mode, because that is a anxious and avoidant push and pull. So when you ask an avoidant person, right, who have shown that glimpse, maybe that glimpse would have been there for a few weeks, months, or maybe a year, you felt like the connection, emotional availability was there, but then later, I know you are there somewhere, there, I know that person is there, but right now I'm not able to see that, right? Somewhere you're chasing an older version or the glimpse of a trailer of a movie that they have shown, but you're not able to see the full picture. So what happens is that the anxious person would be overly anxious and chasing them and checking the messages and, overly checking where you are and all those things, right? And you need to understand. So this dynamics, I'll tell you how it works. Imagine there's somebody standing there who doesn't have arms. They don't have arms. Okay? Maybe, they got amputated or something. They were born that way, but they don't have arms. But you're standing there and you're like, I want you to lift me up. Right? I'm not going to go anywhere. I want you to lift me up. and you're standing there stubbornly asking this person who doesn't have the capacity to hold you, and you're just saying that my worthiness, I don't care, I want you to grow a pair of arms and then carry me. So that is the energy that you hold when you are chasing an avoidant, because they don't have the vessel to hold you, they don't have the hands to hold you, right? So you need to understand that very aspect, that like have respect. Oh, you don't have the vessel to hold me? Okay, understand. No hard feelings, thank you. It is their problem, not your problem. Understood? You don't have to project it onto you. It is like the wound level, there are lots. So we'll be discussing few of the wounds right now, right? Where these energies came up from and how we can balance these energies. Okay? So one of the initial wound that we have. So I'll be talking only about the few important wounds. First would be the father wound. I'm so sorry, girls. Even if you had an emotionally available father, even if anything else, whatever be it, but if there is an absence of a father, or wherein the dynamics between your mother and father was something that you did not appreciate, or the way they dealt with other people, or whatever it is, right? If you have a father wound, it will particularly come across as, this is very, I'm talking about the physical manifestation of the pain. Okay, it'll be coming as chronic upper back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. This is where your father wound, chest tightness, something like that. Father wound would be mostly on your shoulders, like as if you have to carry the weight of the world on you, right? And mother wound would particularly, like major concentration would be, depending on which area it is different, but major would be on the pelvic region, chronic pelvic region issues, reproductive issues, or gastric distress or something like that. It can also come as back pain also, but majorly would be in your lower part, right? These are the two areas where these two energies focus on. And if you had a very toxic, or I would say a dominating father, which I think that was the era where we had, wherein authoritative father, where or very submissive or neglected mother dynamics, right? The father is very dominant, aggressive, or emotionally unavailable for the partner's needs. Maybe for your needs he was, but for the partner's needs they weren't. And mother is very passive or emotionally suppressed, or lacks a strong presence with herself, right? The effect we would have is that it will be more on a rejecting your femininity, because you think feminine energy is weak. That is the image that you have seen at home, the dynamics, right? And develops a hyper independence, and struggles to trust men, or embody a excessive masculine trait, right? That is to protect, because they feel that my mother has shown this extreme feminine submissive energy, and what did she get, right? So this is the dynamics that you will have, okay? And if you are embracing your feminine energy, but it'll be in a wounded way, right? Either you go full on the toxic, the masculine energy, or you go into a feminine energy but in a wounded way. You'll seeking validation, you don't want to repeat what your mother did, but then you'll be overly submissive, and you'll attract the same dynamics, right? You will have a very strong sense of you'll be struggling with developing a strong sense of self-worth, because your mother never had any, right? So that is something that will be transferred to you with respect to not having your self-worth. I'm telling you, I am somebody prior to marriage. Okay, I'm just sharing a little bit, because we might think, because I also thought initially that, oh my goodness, I was such a hyper independence person. I was confident, I was very strong on my boundaries, everything was there prior to my marriage, right? And I delayed a lot. I made a good career before getting married and all, a very late marriage. And one of the things was, I never wanted to get married because of the dynamics that I saw at home. I never wanted to get married. But then later, because of society and pressure, I was forced to. So the thing that everybody was like, hey, it's okay, you will manage any kind of relationship, you will manage because you have strong boundaries. You won't believe a person who wouldn't have tolerated anybody even talking a little bit, upper tone with me. I don't like, before marriage, the kind of energy, the kind of boundaries and the clarity that I had was like authenticity to the core. Okay, but then when I got married, and I had a very difficult dynamics, even in the initial maybe few days itself, I had a very toxic, dynamics with my ex-partner, little bit of abuse and physical and verbal and all. You won't believe, I went into autopilot mode, and the autopilot was driven by my mother. I had a job. Okay, I had the confidence, I had the money, I had everything. Okay, this was not my character at all. Okay, I should have left the next second. But then I stayed for 9 years. I knew it from the second day that this is not going to work. I told him also, this is not going to work. I think we should separate, mutually. But then everybody said, oh my goodness, I spent so much on the marriage. Right? But then it took me 9 years to take my power back because my mother was driving that ship. Right? So I'm telling you, girls, we might say, I'll never be like her, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. But there is something called some programming that happens, right, with respect to your self-worth and all. Like, I don't know. People say that people, girls stay in toxic marriages because they don't have financial independence, or they, no, bloody, I had money. I was paying for the both of us. But I still didn't leave. Yeah, but I'm just telling you. So inner work is so important. You might think you might not do it, but healing is very, very, very important, girls. Okay? I don't want you to find it out the tough way around. Okay? So, dominating father, you will be doing either of that. If you have a feminine father, where the mother is more controlling and emotionally very intense, and the absent, there's absent father, or a passive or a very weak father, you might be developing over nurturing tendencies, putting others above yours, right? Struggle with assertive boundaries, because seen a masculine guy, you will be like fearing rejection. That projection will be onto you, right? They'll be also, in case either that, or they'll become overly masculine and rejecting their, like, because same like their mother, they'll be like more on the masculine energy and rejecting any kind of vulnerability, right? See, one thing I'll tell you, I think in any connection, be it any friendship or any random stranger that you're connecting, right, or your life partner, or the person that you are strongly connected to, if you cannot be vulnerable, if you cannot be real, what is the purpose of having that conversation? You rather talk to a wall, right? So I'm telling you, girls, vulnerability, I know we have been told, by the society, by family, by people, that, we have to be a certain way, act a certain way, so that they'll be accepted, or, to not to show our real self, authentic self, or vulnerability. And I'm telling you, what is your biggest protection with respect to your energy field and your auric field, that will make sure other people are not projecting anything to you, is your authenticity, is your ability to be yourself, okay, and not shift, or be this moldable clay for anybody can come and shape it. Have your own individuality, and that can look differently. So I'll tell you one case that I know of. So there's this very spiritual guy who was very deep thoughts and all those things that he had. And when I spoke to his wife, okay, oh my goodness, I was like, is molding, people pleasing? Yeah, like you're ready to be any form or shape for that, they'll be accepting you, right? You just want people to like you. So what this lady, when I spoke to her, and she came across as a very professional. She was taking a call from the office, and oh my goodness, such a beautiful strong personality she was showing me, right? 5 minutes into the call, she's crying. I'm telling you, nobody has seen a safe space, because a safe, regulated nervous system can speak volume. Why do you think you kind of like animals and babies and all? Because they are not projecting anything, they're not judging you. So if somebody gets a safe space, a safe environment, a safe container to express, this is what happens. She started crying in 5 minutes. Okay, all her toxic, means all her that boldness and everything went off. And what I understood is that this girl grew up with a toxic father who was very verbally abusive and narcissistic, and the mother was always countering that, and mother was also a very strict parent. So she kind of was balancing this dynamics where she had to earn the love from both the parents, be the version what they wanted, because this child was so scared of the dynamics, because being a small child hearing fights and all those things is very scary, right? And you want them to accept you, love you, so you'll be anything for them. So she is that one. Second, this is the where I told you, I'm telling you, the most spiritual healing guy wants this. I'm telling you this. So stay away. It depends on your energy field. So, and she was becoming this version for the mother and the parent, the father. Second, cut to, she gets into a relationship. First relationship that she gets into is this one guy from college itself, and they eventually get married and all. But the problem is, this guy has a strong mother wound and strong, I think what I would explain is a strong disgust. I think many men I have seen, they have a disgust when they talk to women. Just look at their eyes, just look at their face expression. They will be talking to you normally, but the moment you start speaking, just watch their face expression. They'll have a cringe face, they're something like that. I'm telling you, they hate women. Some men, whenever women speak, they have such disgust within them. So this guy falls into that category. So he has been projecting his mother wounds onto her and telling her how to walk, how to dress, how to put her hair and this and that. And because she doesn't have a strong sense of identity, because parents did not give her that, she's molding. So right now she's a version what her mother parent wanted to be and what this guy wants to be. She has no clue who she is. She has no clue what she wants. But she is spontaneous, she is overly independent, everything is there. She has a strong likingness and all those things and all. But if you ask her a personal question, what do you want? What is this? What do you want? Right? So her answer would be like, I don't know. I need time. I'm slow. I'll need few days to process some information. Mind it, she's in a very reputed position in a company. And so when I went back, and I was surprised. I actually gave this husband on the face. I said, you're saying you're spiritual, you're doing all these activities and sadhana and all those things. Bloody hell, your wife is a parrot. She's a parrot. She's a parrot in a cage. She doesn't have any sense of identity. You speak, you say something, she'll repeat it for you. You know what he said? It's a good thing, no? You understood? So stop being accepted or waiting to be chosen, waiting to be accepted, because all of them, many of them, only want a parent. Right? And this, I'm talking about people who have done a lot of inner work. Okay? Spiritually awakened and spiritually aware what is the consequences of all these things. They are doing this. So what I'm telling you is that right now, see, if you don't have a strong sense of identity, people will tell you what you are. People will tell you what to do. You understand? And you have been born with a blueprint within yourself. Okay? Wherein what your likes are, what your dislikes are. And that is not something that you should be like, oh, my mom like this, so I like that. So that's something you need to dig deep. This is something called a joy list. I think some of you have done this homework, but I want you to write down. This is a homework, self work, biggest self work. I want you to write a joy list. Anything that brings you joy in this life. It could be, I want you to go back to your childhood memory and write down the list. And it could be as simple as a flavor of an ice cream, or sitting alone, or playing in the water, playing in the sand, whatever it is, right? Which you never got to, whatever. Like, I want you to trace back to your childhood and write it down. And write it early in the morning as soon as you wake up, or before you go to sleep. Don't write it in between when you're cluttered with work and everything, right? Before you go to sleep or early morning. Best time to. And this is something, this is like the checklist for writing this is, imagine a metal detector. Like, whenever it goes near the metal, it'll be like beep, 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 beep. So I want you to think of this as a detector for the joy. So anything that gives you immense amount of joy, not that others are happy, not that you want others to see it, even if nobody sees it, even if nobody gets to know about it, right? Or even if you don't get paid for it, even if you have not slept or eaten, but just doing that activity gives you so much amount of joy and happiness, right? I want you to write those things, this childish, kiddish joys. And that is the only way. It's like, if a pet is lost, I've seen in cartoons and all, no? Like, you put those nibbles, and they'll eat and trace back home, right? So somewhere this is the way to get your own energy and soul back, the life back, the joy back into your own life, because you've kind of lost it in a way. So the more you do things on that joy list, it'll follow you back, and you will bring that joy back into your life. And I was talking about the blueprint. So the blueprint about what you have to do in your life. So this joy list will also give you like a pointy direction to the real purpose of your life. I'm not going to overwhelm with you with too many big things, but there is a uniqueness to everybody, and there is something that you are born here to do. It could be very simple things, but there are few things which are unique to you, right? And that is majorly linked to your real purpose as well. The more you hide because of the wounds and all, it will be a little invisible. So imagine there is a blueprint. Like, let's say I have an address. I have an address to my home. I had it with me, right? I kept it in my pocket, but I forgot that I kept it in my pocket. So I'm just gonna ask whoever comes, like, hey, can you tell me what is the address to my home? Like, but they will be telling you their address, their home address, because everybody knows only their home. They don't know your home. You understand? Only you know your house address. So whenever you ask somebody for suggestion, for help, for any kind of opinion, what they are saying is their version of it, based on their experience, their wounds, and what they want to do in life, right? And that is mostly wrapped in kind of a fear, projection, and all those things. So whenever you do that and you follow or make decisions based on what others have told you, your house might be here. You ask somebody for address and then they told you to go this way. The more you ask opinion and ask suggestions and keep moving in samadhi, and then you ask somebody else and you go here, you are getting more derailed from your own path. The place that you call home, right? The place that gives you sanity and the utmost peace. You are derailing, and you will go so far away. It will be so sad. And I'll tell you, this is one thing that I think fear of life is something that we are born with, because we are afraid to live our life authentically, because we feel people judge us or make an opinion or say we are a bad girl or we have bad character, and I don't know what all tags. If you wear some dress also, they'll say something. If you wear lipstick also, some people will say something. If your hair is not tied properly also, they'll say something. So yeah, that is one thing. So fear of life is one. Another one is, I know many of you would have, because we have been told to be in our anxious energy or stress energy. I want to break one more thing. Death. Are you scared of death? Lovely. I know. So you have covered one cycle of it. So one of the thing I'll tell you about death Like for you not to be afraid of death, guarantee I'm telling you, you think death is something that comes all of a sudden and it will come like boom, I'm here. No. Let me tell you the spiritual meaning of death. It is self-invited. It is self-invited. Not by your mind, okay, but by your soul. Okay, and it is invited when, particularly, that is why when you're in a spiritual awakening or process, you have a very high intensity to leave the body. So there's some people who can leave their body. Like there are very enlightened beings who can leave their body. It's called Mahasamadhi. They can leave their body at will. They can die at will. That is a very higher level of things. But apart from that, you know what is the ideal death? One is clearing the lessons and all. Two is you have asked too many people for directions and you've gone so far ahead that there is no point of return to here. Understand? You've reached a dead end and your soul knows there's no point going forward. So you think being just like yeah, exactly. So you think being comfortable, being in a home, and having the safety and security of a family, and doing the same thing Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, and then every week is the same, every month is the same, every year is the same for you, is a way for you to live peacefully. That is a way of comfort. I'm sorry, I think the most comfortable position you can ever be is in your deathbed, because that is the definition you just said. You're so comfortable, there is no growth. Living means there has to be some kind of evolution. We are here, humans have evolved because of evolution. So you need to do a little bit of more with respect to your growth, your self-work, or something wherein you are learning something, you're doing something, or at least a small better version of you. Little better version of you, right? Unless and until that is the direction that you're moving forward to, I don't think a physical death is just a ritual, but you're already dead. There's no soul in that body. You don't need, by the way, you don't need a soul to live this structured life. You understand the life that I just told you, right? Structured, comfortable life. You don't need a soul for it. You will see these kind of people will rarely have a reflection. Yeah, will rarely have a reflection, will rarely be emotionally. They'll be like empathetic, fake empathy. But then nothing is going inside. They have a masked version of them that is being projected, but they're not real. There might be glimpses of them coming in between, but somewhere your soul is not needed. The soul, you need to do one activity every day which is different. And I want you to list down, apart from the joy list, I want you to write down I will never do it list. Write down the list of things where you have said, you have seen in somebody and you're like, oh, I'll never do this, I'll never go there. I want you to pick that list and I want you to do that also. That is going to bring you that bulletproof vest for you, because nothing is impossible for you, right? And that is and for sure the most of the things that we say, I'll never do this, I'll never marry such a person, I'll never be in a relationship like that, I'll never have a friend like that, I'll never study this, I'll never work in that company, whatever you say, right? I want you to think over it and see what is the projection, and if it is possible, try to do it. Let's start with a dish as simple as I'll never drink or I'll never eat that dish, something that you feel not so good. Not that it is something that you avoid, like you're a non-veg and I'm asking you to eat non-veg, I mean a vegetarian and asking you to eat non-veg. No, like anything that you feel like I don't wanna, I want you to do that. Okay, that is one way of also getting your soul back. Then your soul will be like, what just happened, why did she hit that? You need to actually give your soul a little bit of that shock for you to be truly alive in your body. Okay, that's something that we'll be doing. And being conscious in your body, like any kind of physical exercise, yoga, any kind of physical activity, running, stretching, anything That also grounds you and brings your soul back to the body, right? Your energy. Okay, I'm talking about soul. Soul, you'll be like, what the hell is she saying? What do you mean by my soul left? Okay, classic example. When you're talking to somebody, they'll be like, what? What did he say? What was it? I didn't get that. What? You understand? They might be looking at you and listening to you, but then they never got anything of it. Which means the body is there and the Atma is not there. You understand? It's just your presence of mind. Classic example, the importance of presence of mind is, let's say you have ordered on Amazon, right? Everything you ever wanted. You got a card, a credit card with zero limit from the divine, from the universe, and universe said, order whatever you want, baby. Anything you want, I'll give you. And you just went and ordered everything. But then what happened, the delivery guy is coming to the address now, present now, your room, right? But then you're not present, no? You are flying between past, one moment in the past where you felt loved the most, or where you felt that was the best day ever in my life and I want to recreate it. You are still living in the past, like the punch monkey, right? Whenever something sad happens in the present, you run to the past for solace. Otherwise, you are daydreaming about the future, right? Somewhere you are trying to create a future with your mind and manifestation, but you're not in the present. And the delivery guy is knocking and ringing the bell, but you're not there, right? How will it deliver? I'm telling you, the universe works. Okay, take it from me. If you guys want to reach this level, I can help you, but I'm telling you, universe gives you what you want, as long as you have the audacity to ask it, and as long as you can actually clear your receptivity wound and the self-worthiness wound and all. If you can clear that, and you have the clear audacity to ask it, and not to project it on, I want to show them, universe, please give me that so that I can just rub it onto them. Not that kind of. Truly, 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 that you feel worthy, and it's like, whether I have it or not, it's the same, right? That kind of. Whatever you want, you get. The only two conditions is, one, you have to be present in your body, right? So that's the fear list and I'll never do list. All these things are for you to be in the body. Second would be, there is something called, I told you, authenticity. So if your thoughts, your words, and your actions can align, it is like a thoughts. Whatever you think, you speak. Whatever you speak, you do. Okay? Not in a way that, whatever you say, you have to stick by it. I'm just saying you're real, you're authentic. Okay, yesterday I said something. Maybe I felt that was wrong, or maybe I said it in a wrong way, or maybe I changed. I changed my perception. I got a new knowledge and it was differing to the other one. I go myself and correct it. Right? Rather than saying that, oh, I said it. I don't want them to think that, oh, Zarina is somebody who keeps changing the word all the time. No. I update myself also, right? So somewhere your thoughts, what you think, you speak. You're thinking something really bad. Oh my goodness, such a bad dress she's wearing. Then I'll be like, oh no, it's so beautiful. Amazing. I love it. I want to borrow it tomorrow. No, girl, I'm telling you, you do not have to do that. The most authentic, the most favorite energy of the universe to give you whatever you want is the authenticity. Whatever you think, you speak. But speak with compassion. Speak with love, right? I really like it, but I think, don't make them feel bad, right? Somewhere you can give them the suggestion, but not in a way that make them feel hurt, right? Oh my goodness, you look amazing in anything, but I think this could have been better, right? But the other dress that you wore was like too good. It's not matching up to that level, right? Somewhere or the other, you can just tell them, because maybe they might be going for something where they want your honest opinion. You have to be an honest friend sometimes. And actions. You have to act on it. It cannot be that. So most of this spiritual gyan and all those people who are preaching, right? Talking is all good. When it comes to practicing it, it is the worst. It's not easy. I'm telling you, I used to, it's just been few months that I have been practicing my whatever that I have been preaching at home, because the worst place or the toughest thing that you can implement in your spiritual journey or your clarity or your inner work test is at home, with your mother that triggers you, with your daughter, with your toxic ex or whoever it is. So one thing I would say, that is the the jewel in my crown, I would say, is the fact that the toxic ex that I was talking about, who I was married to for 9 years, right now you won't believe, like we are like really good friends. We are very supportive of each other, and in a way we understand each other. Not, and people are like, ooh, why if you guys got along so well, why are you separated? Yeah, getting along is different, marriage is different, right? But we were not compatible at a companion level, but we hold utmost respect. And the best part is that same person has so much of respect for me, so much of caring, so much of, and that changed because I started loving myself. So, if you can change your inner dynamics, even the most toxic person in your life will shift. Guarantee. Because it is your energy that dictates people how to treat you. So, how that happens, So, let's say you, like I'm talking about Zarina, like I'm there, but I have a 5-year-old Zarina or 10-year-old Zarina, whatever it is. Like I like to do a lot of things which my mother or father did not, siblings never let me do, but I like to do all those things till now, right? And every time I see, everybody likes vanilla, but I like pista. But then I'm gonna buy it, and little Zarina would be like, I like pista, but I'm like, chup, keep quiet. Let's buy vanilla because everybody likes it. So somewhere I'm shutting them up. You understand? Shutting them up whenever they want to do something, and I'm like, hey, that dress you like to wear it, but your mother doesn't like it, or family, what will people think? Society think, right? Somewhere you are shutting all your dreams and all your joy or the things that you love. You're keeping it aside, and you're shutting yourself down. And what you're doing is you are abandoning yourself. It's called self abandonment. Okay, and when you do that, and you tell yourself, your energy field is having a, like it's like somebody on a loudspeaker mic, and saying that, okay, Zarina doesn't like all these things. Okay, Zarina is okay, she abandons herself, so you can also abandon her. Okay, so that is my energy field. So I'll always attract people who will think they can take anything from me. I don't know, they don't owe anything to me, right? And I'll also keep doing that. So that is my energetic field. You think people are toxic in your life, you are giving the instructions with your energy field how they should treat you. You abandon yourself, people who are in contact with you, your close relationship is when you act. Friends and all, you won't realize that much unless until 10 people do that together. But close relationships, you will see, you will attract a partner who will abandon you. Avoidant partners are attracted by people who avoid their own feelings. So, again, this call is not about projection, it's about understanding where we are missing the pieces or where we are losing our power, right? And whenever you make a decision, like as I said, right, Zarina wants to, let's say, live in another city or get another job abroad, right? And before taking a decision, what is going to happen? There will be a round conference. There will be a conference, let's say, imagine this big conference, executive director room, meeting room that is there in this Hollywood movies. You are there. Along with that, there are people who are sitting alongside you. Who are you? I'll tell you who all are there. There are people who you love. Out of love, you want to share everything what is happening in your life. Out of love, you want to ask them consent for everything that you're doing in your life. Out of love. Okay? It's a love. So they are there in the conference room. And second would be people who you hate. Yes, because you will also have a filter of what they will think, or somewhere, is it benefiting them? Are they going to make fun of me? Am I going to rub it in their face if I do that? They'll know that, oh my goodness, was so great, we did not see her value. So hate. Then the third people are fear. People who you fear. Whenever you make a decision, you have a fear of, what will that auntie think? What will that neighbor think? What will people say? What will social media say? You understand? That is again a leak in your aura. So in your aura, before you make any big decisions in your life, you have people who you love, you hate, and fear. And what happens when you're about to take a decision in life? Everybody starts speaking. And now, what do you hear? Noise. You feel confused. There is lack of clarity. You get pulled in all the directions. And you don't know, you're confused as to what to do. I'm telling you, there is zero confusion in your life. You have one life and you should live it. And others should live their own life. Don't interfere in anybody's life as well. Right? If somebody asks you for opinion, just give them pros and cons of both. Like a neutral thing. Let them make a decision. The best way to suffer in life is to make decisions for others. Never make decisions for others. So, as and when you're making a decision, you have noise in your head, zero clarity. So, what we're going to do in the next step is that we are going to clear this clutter as well. Okay? We're going to remove all these people from that conference room so that when you take a decision, it's only you. And when you want to make a choice in your life, you have clarity where you want to go, where you don't want to go. Right? That is the discernment I want you to have. Crystal clear clarity. Then you would not derail from what others want you to do or projection of how you should be. My goodness, once I've had that, literally people come and tell you, it's funny. So many people try to tell you, and then I'm like, okay. Recently, I think the past 1 week alone, I've had few people tell me, and I'm like, so you're telling me how to speak. And then I'm like, oh, so you're telling me how to live my life. And I'm like, why? Like, you understand, most of the conversations you see, how many are elevating conversations and how many are just projections onto you, what you should do, what you should not do. Try to move away, step aside. So there are two kind of people in your life. One that lifts you up, one that pulls you down. Okay? Imagine a building with, let's say, 25 floor, right? Some people are in the lower floor. They are like with fear, shame, anxiety, stress and all those things. Okay? As you grow up, it will be like, acceptance, love, peace, joy, enlightenment and all those things. So as you grow up and do your inner work and be in that love phase, what happens is that you are in a high vibration. Now everybody wants to talk to you, right? So, but for you to speak to the same crowd who are into gossiping and whatever, those kind of things, lower level, or they are in a victim mindset, they're always shaming, they're always in shame or guilt, right? What you need to do is either you can pull them up to your level or you have to go down. Somewhere there has to be a balancing because you can't talk. They're in the second floor, you're in the 22nd floor. You understand? You're talking, you can't hear each other. So somewhere either you have to come down a little or they have to come up a little. Most of the time what happens is that we come down so low that we get stuck down for some time. And then we feel what just happened. So if you can't pull somebody up to your level, if they are not coming up, they're not willing to, just let them be. How? I'll tell you. Somebody should be, would be sitting there and crying and telling you about their toxic relationship or something that their mother had did, or some victim story where they are the victim and everybody around them is the culprit, okay, or the villain. Know that they have a lot of inner work to do. Okay, they are the kind of people who are like, let's say I have a lot of wounds and cuts in my body and I go into the ocean to jump, take a swim. Jalega, no? It will, right? It will burn my entire body if I have a lot of cuts in my body. So this is exactly what is happening with the person. If a person feels everybody around them is toxic and they are the only nice person in the whole wide world, they have a lot of cuts and wounds, right? And you can't help them. So when they're talking and when they're crying and projecting their energy onto you, don't absorb it. Don't empathize in a way that you take it in your body. You just, while they're talking, just make an energetic boundary that I listen, but let their energy be with them and my energy be with. Just imagine a boundary or a shield in front of them. Because otherwise what, you sponge everything. And you bring their anxiety home. You bring their energy home. And then you are spiraling for 3-4 days. Why do you want to do that? It takes a lot to go up. Stay there, girl. And if somebody wants help, help them. But if they are pulling you down, leave. That is very clear. Okay? So, again, boundaries with respect to friends and family, anybody you love. You can have boundaries and also love them simultaneously. Actually, boundary is the best form of love, by the way. Some people could have been the most strongest version of themselves by now, but they are not growing because you are there. Because every time they want to grow or they want to, there is no option but to grow, you go and say, girl, I understand, I'm so sorry, it's okay, it'll be fine, everybody is bad, it's okay, we both are there. No, you are the one pulling them back from realizing their own power and learning the lesson. Somewhere, stop trying. If somebody has fallen down, let them get up. You be there to lift them up if they're doing half the effort to get up. But don't try to, you will know who are projecting the victimhoodness. Because it's very good. I'm telling you, I had the best life of best, I would say, society wise, family wise. I was like Mother India. 9 years of my marriage, while I was in the toxic marriage, while I was almost dead, I had like 15 kilos extra. I looked much older as well. Lot of ailments. I have, I had MS, I had autoimmune diseases, I had gastric issues, I had every possible disease in the possible world. Right now, I don't have anything. And I didn't do anything. I just healed. And the society and family were like, oh my goodness, you're such a nice, he did so much and still you're so nice. And the same people, when I took the separation thing, right, and I was happy and I was traveling the world and all, oh my goodness, they were so now. And I'm like, if somebody is not comfortable seeing my happy version, can't do anything. You understand? Somewhere you need to know when you're being applauded and for what. Being applauded is good, but for being that version, the broken version of me who was like, I would say every night I would be like, I'm done, let's go. No more. But these days, like, I am like every night I have so much of gratitude. Thank you for this life. It's such a beautiful life that I have. I'm telling you, taking your power back is the best one. And I have amazing relationship with everyone for that matter right now. But I have a purpose which I am fulfilling right now. But I'm just saying, amazing. Yes, so we are going to do a small exercise now. I want you guys to have a little bit sip of water, okay? And sit in a very comfortable space. If you want to take a little bit of a break and come back, that's also fine. It's just a little bit of comfortable spacing. If you want to put an eye patch, that's also fine. Eye mask or something. But it's going to be a little bit of a meditation because I don't want you to open your eyes. If you have an eye mask, that's better because sometimes you forcefully open your eyes if something unpleasant is there. I'm going to put on the music. Let me know when you're back. Is the music too loud for people? Is the music too loud? Can you guys hear me? It's audible, right? Both are audible. Okay. I want you to come back to your seat. Thank you. Oh, it's loud. Okay. So I want you to come back to your seat now and be in a very comfortable position. Make sure there's some back support and you are relaxed. I want you to be aware of your body. Just close your eyes and keep one hand on your heart space, one hand on your stomach, and just do some conscious breath. Just be aware of the air that is going into your body, to your chest, abdomen, and then let it be released back again. I want you to take few more conscious breaths like that. Be aware of the air flowing through you and release. One more. Now I want you to take 3 conscious breaths, and I'll be counting how many seconds you should inhale, how many seconds you should hold, and how many seconds you should release. Okay, so you should be inhaling for 4, exhaling, like holding it for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 6 to 8 seconds, like how much ever you can. Okay, so inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, release 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release as slowly and gently as possible. Again, one more. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next inhale, I want you to do double breath. Do inhale for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take 2 more. Double. 1, 2. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just as you exhale, I want you to just relax. Just keep breathing. Just be aware of your breath. And just as you exhale, I want you to just relax your entire body. And I want you to imagine a golden fire inside your heart space. A beautiful golden flame, like the one you see at the top of a candle. And something that has gone up in your heart space. Imagine the center of your heart. There is a flame. I want you to stare at that flame and look at it, how it's flickering and the movement, the color. Just stare at it. And it's not the flame or the fire that burns. It is a fire that cleanses and purifies. I want you to be aware of that flame, and with the next few conscious breaths, I want you to expand it, like how you blow up a balloon. I want you to, with each exhale, I want you to blow this fire, expand this fire to cover your entire heart space. Let's do once. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to imagine blowing up this fire inside your heart space, and it's actually now cleansing your entire heart. And it's burning away all the fear, anxiety, stress, pain, sorrow, anything heavy that you have been holding in your heart space. And it's opening up doors for more love, for self and for others around. And it's just cleansing your heart space. Feel the lightness in your heart. And with the next breath, I want you to expand it a little bit more bigger and cover your entire body. This beautiful cleansing fire. Take one conscious breath again. And blow it like a balloon. And it's covering your entire body. Cleansing any kind of pain, stiffness, anything that you're holding on, any emotion that you never expressed, which got stored in the body, is lightening up and is being dissolved in this beautiful cleansing fire. Any pain, any headache, everything, your body is just feeling lighter and lighter. I want you to feel this lightness in your body. Now, I want you to expand it a little bit further. Now I want you to expand it to the entire room that you're sitting, so that it can cleanse the space around as well. Take a deep breath in and expand while exhaling to spread this beautiful cleansing fire in your entire room. And it's clearing all the stagnant energy in your room. And your room suddenly became brighter without adding more lights. Just cleanse the space around for this beautiful journey that we are going to take now. I want you to be in this beautiful cleansed space. Now imagine this fire has subsided. Now your heart is glowing, your body is lighter, and your room is purified. Now, I want you to imagine a bright light coming from the end of the universe. Imagine there is this bright light that is coming straight towards you and entering you through your headspace, your crown. Like how you pour water into an empty bottle, this light is just filling you up. From your head, it's going down again to your third eye, it's going down to your throat. And as it goes and fills your entire body, it is just, your body is even more glowing and even more cleansed with this purified energy from the heaven. And it's going down through your heart again, down to your abdomen, your lower belly, the base of your spine, and it's going down through your feet. It's just going down like the roots of a plant. It's going down and grounding to Mother Earth. So there's this beautiful bright light that is coming from the end of the universe, passing through you and grounding to Mother Earth. Just want you to feel this energy within you. And now, from Mother Earth, there is a beautiful golden light that is coming. And it's coming straight towards you and entering you through your feet. It's going up again to the base of your spine, your stomach, going up again to your heart space, your throat, your head space, and through you it's going back again to the end of the universe. This golden light is having all the warmth and the support and the care from Mother Earth. I want you to feel this beautiful light. One is descending, one is ascending, one is white, one is golden, and it's passing through you. Feel this beautiful flow of energy within you. You are now connected to the energies of the heaven and the earth. This is also called 0 point energy. And this is the best place to be whenever you want to reset your energy and be in sync with the universe. Come here as often as you want, whenever you need it. I want you to be in this space and just feel the energies within you. Now, I want you to imagine a room. A room, it could be an imaginary room or a real room. The only condition is this is the safest room for you. So if you don't have a physical safe room that you can think of, you can imagine a room. And whatever you want to desire is there in that room. I want you to imagine yourself being in a room like that. And I want you to explore the room. Look around. What is the color of the walls? Where are the furnitures kept? Which direction is the window? Where is the door? I want you to just look around this room and explore. And as you explore, I want you to find the most comfortable spot in this beautiful room. Just explore this room, and as I said, anything and everything you desire is there. The only condition is only your energy is present in this room. No one else is there. It's just you. Look around. And as you explore, I want you to go settle down. Once you have done the exploration, I want you to just go and sit or lie down in that most comfortable spot that you found in this room. It could be a bed, it could be a chair, it could be a sofa, or a window side seating arrangement that you feel is suitable. I want you to go relax in this most comfortable space. Just relax your body. As you relax, I want you to feel the lightness, the peace, and the safety that you feel now. And I want you to think, why can't I have this always? We will be clearing anything that is blocking you from feeling this on your everyday in some time. So as you feel this beautiful sensation in your body, I want you to just make an intention with your heart space. I want to be this peaceful, lighter, and safe within my body. Always. Now, I want you to be aware of the conference room that we spoke about. The first clearance that we'll be doing is in the conference room. So, outside this room that you're staying, when you step outside, in the space, in the hallway, there are a couple of doors. And one of the door is a conference room. The exact room where everybody sits to make a collective decision in your life about every choices that you make, whether knowingly or unknowingly. You have given away the power to make a decision on your own. So I want you to get up from this comfortable space slowly and start walking towards regaining the power of your own life back into your own hands. Step outside the room slowly, and in the hallway you can see one door which is named as the conference room. I want you to stand outside the door, hold the doorknob, don't open it yet. I want you to take 3 conscious breaths before you step into it. 1, 2, 3. Open the door, and I want you to sit at the main chair, the CEO chair that is there. I want to go sit there. Just look around the room. Who all are sitting there? On your right hand side, you have all the people that you love. Just look at them. On the middle side, you have all the people that you hate staring straight at you. On the left hand side, you have all the people who you fear will make a judgment or fear any kind of projection onto you. I want you to, with love, I want you to first release the people that you love from this room. I want you to make an affirmation. I love you. I care for you. But it is my life and I need to live it my own way. So I request you to leave this conference room so that I can make decisions with my own self. And my love for you does not diminish by this activity, but this is a practice that I have to do to show some love to myself as well. I want you to ask them to leave. Whoever is on the right side will be exiting the room now. It's okay if they are a little hesitant. It's okay if they are a little grumpy. It's okay. They'll have more time to live their own life if they are not living in your head. And next, I want you to look at the people who you fear the most on your left hand side. And these are the people, your family, your society, anybody you think will make an opinion or their opinion matters in some way. I want you to just look at them and see the faces of the people and just affirm to the fact that I no longer give you the power to take decisions in my life. It is my life and I choose to live it with my own self and taking decisions without fear of any kind of opinion or projection. And hold them accountable, hold them responsible, it's fine. But just know any kind of projection is also a projection of their own wounds. So let them go and heal on their own from their own wounds so that they can actually spread more love to the society, to the families, and the people around them, and more importantly, to themselves. So I want you to let them go with respect or whatever that you want to hold them with. Just know that their opinion does not matter. You're just freeing up more time for them to find their own way home. And they're leaving the room one by one. Next, you have few people staring at you, straight at you. These are the ones that you hate. People who have hurt you in the past, who have betrayed you, broken your trust, even harmed you in any way. Or as simple as they never behaved the way you expected them to. It is their choice. Let people live their life however they want to. They are not obliged to do anything for you. Just as you want to live your life on your own, you want to have your own choices of who you like, who you hate, who you want to spend the time with, who you don't want to spend the time with. They also have their own choices. So you cannot force a connection. You cannot demand somebody to do something for you. Expect people to behave only the way you expect them to. Everybody around you to love and respect you. It is their life as well. Let them live it. I want you to remove this chain that you are holding them on to. Prisoners, thinking that one day they will realize your worth. One day they will know the purity of your heart. One day they will know you were the only one who cared. One day they will know before they die that you are the best person they have ever met. This is the biggest leak of your aura, and it is to the people who have hurted you the most. I want you to remove these chains of expectation from these people and let them live their life just as you want to live your own life. You get to live your life when you let others also live their own life. Imagine those chains disappearing and they're finally free to walk out of that room and live their own life. And now, as the room is empty, it is just you and your voice is so clear. Your choices are so clear. And there is so much confidence and clarity with which you can take decisions and choices in your life. Whenever you want to take a decision in life, I want you to come here and make sure there's nobody in this room. And now, I want you to walk outside with the audacity of a CEO who owns his own company. Walk outside with complete control of your life. And as you go outside this room, this conference room, there is another room. This is where your parents are. I want you to just stand outside the room, hold the doorknob. Before meeting your parents or any kind of guardian figure in your life, I want you to take 3 conscious breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now, I want you to open the door and meet your parents or any kind of guardian figure that you hold very close to your heart. I want you to look at them one by one. Look at your father first. Look at his face. I want you to have a very open, vulnerable, authentic conversation with your father. Maybe the things that you always wanted him to do, or maybe the expectation that you wanted. Maybe it is just a hug that you desired, or maybe it is just the way you wanted him to treat people around him, especially your mother or families around. Somewhere, I just want you to just have a very honest conversation with your father. I want you to hold your father's hand. Whatever relationship that you had with your father or father figure, I want you to just hold his hand and have a very honest conversation about your emotions, your true feelings about him. And be honest about it. Completely honest. I'm going to give you a moment here to express yourself. As you express, I want you to be aware of their emotions, their expression. Give them also a chance to speak if they want to. As you pour your emotions out to him, just feel the lightness in your body. If you want, you can cry. If you want, you can get angry. Whatever emotion is coming out, let it be. And I want you to hear him out as well, or look at him and see what his eyes are telling you. If you can't hear him, just look at his eyes. And see the pain that they're holding. See the prison that they are in their own body. They didn't have the capacity sometimes to show or be the version that you wanted. I want you to just hold their hand and tell them, looking into their eyes, I forgive you. I forgive you for everything. And I release you from all the expectation, all the pain that I had projected onto you. And I also release the validation that I'm seeking from you. Because sometimes the validation that you seek from your father will be projected onto all the men in your life. Could be your male friends, your colleagues, your boss, your partner, any man. You will also constantly seek their validation if you never got it from your father. I want you to release that expectation right now. He didn't have the capacity to give that, but he had the emotion. He wanted to, but he didn't know how to. I want you to give him a tight hug and embrace him with all his flaws. Whatever he is your father. He is a source from where you came from. I want you to just accept it and come to peace with the version of your father and just feel the love that he has for you. And that love is coming like this pink light from his heart, and it is covering you up like a blanket all around your body, and it's just making you so whole and complete. Now you can be strong within yourself without seeking validation. Feel this beautiful pink light around you with all the love from your father with you always. Now I want you to move to the mother energy, feminine energy in the room. I want you to just look at her, see how she looks like, what she's wearing. Hold her hand and again let your emotions out. The things that you could never say in person, I want you to just pour it out. Everything. Whichever shape or form that it comes, just pour it out. Just see her expression, whatever she's feeling. See her eyes. The eyes speaks more. As you explain that, I want you to also see the truth in her eyes. The version of her which she never let anybody see. But you can see in the eyes right now. She could never be herself, her true authentic self. See the shame or the sorrow that she's carrying right now. I want you to forgive her for whatever she did or she could not do. And know that you can change the past by changing your present. You don't have to live the way she did. You don't have to mask yourself so that people will like you, accept you. You can be in your own space. You can be your authentic self. I want you to hug your mother and give her this promise that I will live the life that you always dreamt of. not in a way to accomplish all your unfulfilled dreams, but to be the version who is not afraid to be themselves, who is very stable and confident with her own energy, who's not asking for love, who's not begging for validation, who is whole and complete within herself and sets an example for others how to live their life. Just give her that promise, give her a tight hug, and see all the love and the wisdom that is coming towards you. Again, a pinkish violetish color light is coming from her heart space straight to you, and it's just giving you a blanket like protection around you. And it's all the wisdom, all the serenity that you want to have to be the queen in your own life, to be with your own intuition, your goddess energy, your feminine power. I want you to embrace all of that. Just be in this beautiful ball. Just feel this energy within you. As you come back, I want you to just give love. Let them be in that room. Just give love to them. And say that, going forward, you will be living your life. And you'll also be making them proud by being the version that they couldn't be. Step outside the room slowly and come back to the most comfortable position in your room, your safe room. I want you to sit there and relax once again. Be in your own energy and feel the confidence, the peace, the clarity that you just received. And right now, I want you to release some energies, shed some energy from your field. These are energies of people. They don't have to be in the room. You just can release them wherever you are. So just be in this comfortable space, and I want you to release certain energies from your field. The hurt that you're carrying, the pain of a betrayal, or a sorry that you are seeking, or the love that you're giving and hoping to return it. They'll return it in some way, shape, or form one day. I want you to call back all your energy from all the places where you have been hurt, where you have been betrayed, where you're still expecting a closure, where you're still expecting them to realize your worth. I want you to release this energy. It is like a channel. Like, imagine all these words that I said. It's like a direct line of connection, like an electricity line from you to them. So whoever is holding that connection, I want you to release that connection with love. Just let it go, because you have this beautiful bright light within you right now, with the energies of your parents and your own power back to you. I want you to just affirm that I release all these cords, whatever is connected to me with or without my knowledge, which is draining my life force on a daily basis. I release them now. I am whole and complete within myself, and I take my power back. And also, I want you to call back all your energies as well from these people where you've invested already a lot of life force, part of your life, or maybe years of your life that you've invested. Let the wisdom stay with you. I want you to call back your life force back so that you can be whole and complete in the now and the present. Let it all come back to you. You can feel it like an energy, like a color, shape, or form that is coming and entering your body through your heart space or your feet or any part of your body. Just see the energy, your life force, your own energy coming back to you so that you can be whole and complete in your own space and energy. Feel this beautiful flow within you. Feel the power returning back to you, the strength. Now, I want you to be aware of your body. There is two energies within your body. One is your feminine energy and your masculine energy. And they're both within you. And your masculine side is the right side. And that is the one with the direction, action, protection. And on the left side is your feminine, inner feminine side. This is your intuition, your creativity, and your flow. I want you to feel these two energies in your body, the right side and the left side. The right side, the masculine, and the left side, the feminine. I want you to just feel these two energies within you. Just see, has one of them been a little louder than the other? Just imagine these two just sitting across, and you have the heart in between. It's just awareness. I want your masculine, the inner masculine, to just kneel down. Not in weakness, but in respect. You have to respect your own inner feminine energy by your own masculine. This is the inner balance that you're seeking within. So your masculine energy within is now kneeling down to the feminine with respect and love. And seeing this, the inner feminine is now relaxing. And it is relaxing not to be submissive, but because she trusts. With complete trust, the feminine energy can relax because she knows the inner masculine is also kneeling down with respect. And they're not here to fight or blame with each other. They are not enemies. They are partners of a perfect balance within your own self. And I want you to keep one hand on your heart, one hand on your abdomen, and then affirm these things. My inner masculine protects without controlling, and my inner feminine flows without collapsing. I choose this inner union over external chasing, and just watch them merge into a perfect balance of yin and yang around your heart space. A beautiful flow of energy, not one overpowering the other, but in perfect synchronicity and harmony. I want you to just be aware of this beautiful inner balance within your own self, the clarity, the harmony, the peace. Just relax in this comfortable space that you're sitting. And just be aware of what just happened and your energy. Bring your awareness back slowly to your body. Take some conscious breath. Feel your body. Bring your awareness back to the place that you're sitting and taking this meditation now. Feel the place where you're sitting, your chair. I want you to slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and bring your awareness back slowly. Slowly bring your awareness back to the room that you're sitting, and whenever you are ready, I want you to rub your palms together, place them over your eyes, and open your eyes. Take your time, and whenever you're back, I want you to either give me a thumbs up or switch on your camera so that I'll know you're back and you're fine.